Okay, so good morning, everyone, once again. And we are very excited to welcome you to this event. Thank you all for making our time to be on this session with us. Okay, so my name is Chidebere Ogenyina, and I'm a pre-sales engineer here at Descasio, and I'll be your host for this event. And joining me as a co-host is Ifeanyi Magodo. He's one of our sales specialists also here at Descasio. And then together we'll be guiding you for this event. I will take you into the world of data visualization using Power BI. So, in this age and time where almost everything is driven by data, like information is everywhere, we collect it, we store it, we analyze it. But what makes a difference is how we present it. So basically, data visualization is just the art of turning raw data into insightful and actionable information. And Power BI has been identified as a powerful tool for this. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, thank you. Thank you. So like I was saying, I said that data visualization is just a way of turning raw data into insightful and actionable information. And we've also identified this Power BI as a tool for this. And so it's just like you have a plain sheet where you can paint your stories hidden within your data. And I know you may be asking why data visualization, why it's so important. So I can put it this way. I can say that data on its own is just like an unfinished puzzle, and data visualization is a way of you putting those pieces together to create a very clear and compelling picture. So it's about you transforming your numbers, your information, statistics, and whatever into something that anybody can understand and use to make informed decisions. So today in this session, we are going to explore Microsoft Power BI. We will see the features, the tools and techniques that will help you to transform your data into meaningful insights. So whether you're a seasoned data analyst or you're just a business owner or someone driving the success of any organization, or maybe you're just curious about the power of data visualization, just know that this event promises to meet your expectations. And by the end of this webinar, you will not only understand what Power BI is, but you will also be able to use it as our Power BI experts will be guiding you through a practical demo session. Before I continue, I'll be handing over to my co-host, Ifeanyi, to briefly talk to you about Descasio, what we do, our products and services, and probably organizations that we've worked with in the digital transformation journey. Hello, Ifeanyi. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Chidebere. Good morning, everyone, once again. Please confirm you can hear me.
I can hear you fine.
All right, thank you very much. It's nice having every one of you here on this call. I'll just be talking a very brief about Descasio, just to introduce what Descasio is and why we're in business. And first, I'll just start by introducing Descasio generally. Descasio is one of the leading African technology solution providers. Descasios have been delivering business cut across SMB, small, medium businesses, and large businesses across all industries through innovation and technology, right? And another good thing you need to know about Descasio is Descasio have been in business for over 13 years. A lot of people have been asking questions, how long have you been in business? What are you doing and all of that? But it's good to know that Descasio have been in business for 13 years and still counting, right? And one of the major things you need to know about Descasio is a one-stop transformation solution providers, right? So what they do, or what we do here at Descasio, is that we co-create. When I mean co-create, we help partner with organizations to create digital transformation solution. And again, too, we'll act as an advisor, right? We advise customers on how they'll be able to best transform business. And then part of it is we support customer to simplify doing business through modern innovation and technology. A lot of people have been, in business trying to get advice and trying to be able to get support from local partner, right? So Discasio is a local partner here in Nigeria that works currently with a lot of OEMs to be able to transform businesses. Based on how your business is, Discasio is actually the one-stop shop where you'll be able to deliver digital transformation solution. And quite a lot of products which we offer in the market is Discasio. Things we do in business, right? Discasio help organizations to transform digital transformation. In terms of security optimization, that's where Discasio come into play. And when you're thinking of, as a customer, you're thinking into journey into the cloud, you need a service provider that will be able to help you in terms of your journey to the cloud. That's where you think about Discasio. So Discasio is a cloud service management provider. And aside from that, too, a lot of business require automation. And that's where Discasio comes into play. We'll help customers to be able to automate their process from end to end. And being a technology provider, Discasio help you. That's where advice comes into play. We advise you on the best solution and the best product for you to adopt. I'm talking about analytics and that of reports. That is our major key area we are focusing on today, which we'll be talking about Power BI and the likes. And quite a lot of customers which we've done business with in the space. Currently today, we've actually made a lot of customers so happy in terms of all these services which I've listed, looking at the likes of LPs, GTB, CAC, Coast Cherries, and quite a lot of customers which are in our database that we're currently helping to manage and transform their businesses. So today we're here to be able to present a Power BI solution for you to get insight. And aside from that, there are quite a lot of other services which we offer and profile to customers and businesses. So we understand what you're looking to achieve, and then we'll help you journey into that services from end to end, be it cooperating, support, and that of, advising you on the best solution to adopt to be able to save costs. We'll totally understand how the Nigeria system is currently. Dollar is increasing from day to day and all that, but we at Discasio will be able to help you manage your costs and be able to save you time in terms of adopting the right technology. So for now, I'll be handing over to Chidebere to introduce some of the co-hosts and those that are actually taking the presentation for today. Thank you very much, and do enjoy your time here.
All right, thank you, Ifeanyi. So I'll be introducing our speakers shortly, but first, let's take a quick poll to see where everyone's at with their Power BI knowledge. So please take a moment to answer the poll on your screens. Please let's have your responses, please. Thank you. Okay, I believe we are done with this. Okay, so while you continue with the poll, I'll quickly introduce our speakers for today's event. So we have two speakers, and our very first speaker is Adedayo Oluyemi. So Adedayo is a seasoned IT professional with a decade of expertise as an IT consultant. He's also a business and ICT. He's proficient in navigating the realms of enterprise infrastructure and cloud solutions. Adedayo excels in meticulously assessing customer needs, pinpointing business challenges, and presenting comprehensive solutions. He has professional certifications and hands-on capability on Microsoft and other vendor solutions. And also joining us today as our second speaker is Prince Chukwemeka. He's a highly accomplished lead data analyst. So data visualization is one of Prince's strengths. He's well skilled in transforming raw data into compelling and informative visual representation. He has the ability to create engaging dashboards and reports using tools like Power BI to make sure that stakeholders can easily grasp key insights from their data, making informed decisions that drive business success. Prince is a Microsoft certified power analyst and Microsoft certified trainer with a passion for Azure and data visualization. So quickly, I'll be handing over to our first speaker, Adedayo, to take us through what Power BI is, the features, and all in between. Thank you. Hi, Adedayo.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much, Udebere. Thank you for the introduction, and good morning to everyone also on the call. So before we really go into the major demo for the day, because again we really want to actually take some time to have some form of feel of how Power BI can actually help a lot of businesses to transform their decision making processes, right? I will quickly go through a very short presentation, right, so that everyone on call can actually get on the same page, right, so that we have that basic understanding of Power BI, what Power BI does, and how it can also, help the organization as a whole to, transform their decision-making process, and in turn, definitely every organization wants to increase their revenue stream. But again, it starts from decision making. It starts from strategy planning, and that is one of the things that Power BI will actually assist organizations to do. So quickly, we look at the overview. We look at the business business need, why businesses need Power BI. Look at the architecture of Power BI solution as a whole. Then Power BI really speak directly to your data. So we look at one or two things on what you can do with your data in terms of data cleaning and in terms of data visualization. Then after that, we go into, the demonstration in proper. So what is Power BI, right? What is Power BI? So Power BI is just a, let's say it's a cloud-based solution that, help businesses to be able to, make informed decisions. Let me put it that way. It helps businesses to be able to make informed decisions. And in essence, what it does is that it helps you to be able to draw intelligence, right? Draw intelligence from your data. Now, a lot of organizations maintain so much data. So some organization has, let me say, custom applications, some has SharePoint environments, some has Azure environments. And when we look deep down into this solution that the organization uses, you realize that all these applications will generate one data or the other. Organizations don't just generate data. They generate data because they want to stay in business, and why? This data will be the basis for decision making. And when there is a strategy planning for every organization then go back to the data they have, look at those data, compare the data they have with what is happening in the industry, the trend in the industry, and they make an informed decision to draw a roadmap for that particular organization. And because decision making is a key aspect of the success of any organization, organizations are looking for a way to be able to make real-time and informed decisions that will in turn transform the organization as a whole. And Power BI is a solution that effectively does that. And yes, a lot of organizations make decisions, but again, what is the speed of that decision making? And how accurate is the information you are working with? So that is where Power BI actually comes in to give you that business intelligence, analytics, and visualization, right? So that is in a nutshell what Power BI is here to do, for you as a visualization tool. All right, so what are the business benefits of Power BI? So many benefits. However, I'm going to really pinpoint on one or two. Number one, I want to really, pinpoint on is the real-time analytics. In business, you have a lot of data and you need to really do some calculation, bring one thing together to analyze, to think about your data. Oh, if I have this, there are a lot of if in businesses, right? If I do this, what do I have? Now, analysis takes time. It takes time for you to be able to come to a conclusion, to be able to make business decisions for your organization. But what Power BI does for you is that it helps you to be able to make real-time decisions without going through the stress of doing extensive analysis. And what do you do? So the data analyst simply comes and create a business model, get all the information that is needed, bring them together into a platform and tell and say this is the model. for my analysis. And that is all. So Power BI will then come and help you to do that real-time analysis. So what real-time analysis simply means is that immediately your data is dropping, immediately the data is getting updated, the analysis refreshes, and you get the up-to-date information. And second thing I also want to emphasize there is the data analysis and visualization. Yes, it's quite good. I can have information, so much information in the organization, right? But it is general knowledge that what you see, you understand better than what you are trying to read. So when you visualize your data, it's easy for the decision maker to quickly say, oh, you know what, I can see this, then I make this particular decision. And it helps also to also, be able to make decisions that can really impact the organization. So those two things here, I will, just want to, explain so that we know what we want to bring out from, whatever solution investment we are actually, doing. And to also mention, it is actually a very easy solution to use. At the same time, very, very, very cost effective when we compare it to the benefits that this solution actually brings to, every organization. So, the architecture of Power BI is actually very simple, right? And I can summarize it into three. Number one is data preparation. Second one is the data processing. And the third one is the data presentation. So we have so many data from different sources, right? Let me get a pointer. So we have so much data from different sources, right? So if you look at where I'm pointing currently, right, you see that, okay, these are databases. I have an SQL database, SAP database, other databases, right? Power BI can actually connect to those data sources to pull information. Second thing we can also notice here is that even if the information is existing inside Excel, text format like Microsoft Word, CSV format, or even PDF, Power BI can connect to your organization data from even those places. So what it simply means is that Power BI actually maintains this capability of connecting to various data sources. Wherever your data is, Power BI can actually connect to those data and bring all this data together. And one of the things that Power BI will do is not just to bring the data, it will prepare those data, which means after extraction of the data, it can transform the data. It can transform the data, align the data together before bringing it into a data warehouse where we can now prepare it for, extensive analysis. Now, that is where the, data processing now takes place. We can now process various data, but at the end of the day, no one wants to worry about the prepared data, the processed data, but what can it give to my business users? And that's where the visualization comes in, right? We can now visualize all the data that we have pulled from various sources, link it together, and visualize it in form of dashboards, in form of scorecard, or in form of reporting. So once it is being visualized, then you can now see the business users, CEOs, head of departments, sales representatives, different departments can now, those are the business users, they can now come down to look at the report that has been generated, to look at the report that has been visualized. That is what, that is basically the architecture of, Power BI. So in terms of data transformation, which I mentioned there, I just want to, put an emphasis on this. When data is being extracted from various sources, Power BI has the capability to clean those data. Because again, not all data are very, very clean the way they come from their sources. Power BI has the ability to transform such data and clean those data and transform those data into one in which can be easily analyzed before it now loads it into the warehouse. And that is one of the things that sets this solution apart, the ability to extract, transform, and then load those data, right? So that is one of the things I also want to mention. I know Prince will definitely be touching on some of these things in the demo session, definitely. And there's something again we call data modeling. Data modeling simply means I have taken data from Microsoft Word, from Excel, from SQL database, from one application, SharePoint, various sources. Now I have taken this data, they might not be related while in their raw form. So Power BI provides a platform whereby I can connect all this data together. I can define the relationship. Oh, this data I get from Excel. This is how it relates to this data that I got from SQL database. That's data modeling. And once that data modeling has been properly done, visualization can be done seamlessly. And what sets this solution apart again is that we are not just making a business decision based on just information from a particular source. We are making decisions based on information across the whole organization. And that is the essence of using a visualization solution like this to be able to, assist in decision making of the organization, which in turn helps you to, create better strategy for the organization. So in terms of visualization, right, talked about how a lot of things look like. I want to lead the visualization aspect into, the demo session so that, Prince can, tell us how, to visualize data from various sources. However, before then, to show you some form of, kind of report to expect. So I have two sample dashboard. This is the sample dashboard actually. So this is sample dashboard one. And this is just an example of dashboard that people can you can create to assist in decision making. Imagine having this in front of someone that wants to make a decision in terms of performance of the entire organization. So what it simply means is that at first glance, if I come down to the team performance section, at first glance, I can really see that the organization's performance is 910 out of 1820, which means I have 50% performance of the whole organization. Now, the first question from looking at this is that is this good enough for my organization? Then it starts to pose further questions. What can we do to increase the performance? If you look at this 343 that I have here, it says 33% of 512 tasks is remaining. That means like 67% is already done. What can I do to improve this? And this is just a basic kind of dashboard. So which means this solution again helps you to bring the right information in front of the right people at the same time to help them to make decisions instead of carrying all the information and dumping on their table for them to start to extract what information is peculiar to my department and all those things. So that's one thing it does. Again, this is another dashboard again. So dashboard really depends on how the organization wants to really let it look like, right? This is another dashboard. So what is peculiar to the organization in terms of KPIs? You can use dashboard to track KPIs. And one thing that sets Power BI apart again is the fact that it gives you real time. Maybe a sales was made yesterday, and that was the time of submitting your report. By today, maybe possibly 1 billion sales that's coming. Power BI will capture it immediately and factor it into the report. So you don't need to recreate the report because something happened after you have presented your report. You get real-time report at any time that it is being needed. So in terms of the features of Power BI, so many features, right? Attractive visualization, data connection, interactive reporting, online analytic processing, and the likes, right? However, so I will actually want to really stop here so that we go straight into the demo session. I'll be handing over to Prince to take it from here. So, but before then, I wouldn't know if there are any questions. Please, you can actually drop your questions in the chat box, which should be available, right, so that we can actually really address the questions. So, so I think yes, that is it. So Prince, I'll be handing it over to you right away. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time again. Prince, over to you.
Thank you so much, Adedayo, and good morning, everyone. So we, please, I'm going to share my screen now. Sorry. Adedayo, can you enable me sharing my screen?
Okay, absolutely. Give me 1 minute, please. Can you share now, Prince?
It's telling me that the host disabled participants. Okay, I can share my screen now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Please confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, Prince, I can see your screen. Can go ahead.
All right. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone, and so far so good. I hope we are having a wonderful section, and I'm also hoping that at the end of the section we would take in 1 or 2 lessons from here to improve our business solution with Power BI. So on this section, I'm going to be talking about or demonstrating what Power BI can do in terms of data visualization. And to start, we need to understand that Power BI is a complete program or a complete application. What I mean by a complete business application is that Power BI can connect to different data sources. Not only can it connect to different data sources, it can also transform those data, and it can also model those data and also show you or give you your business insight. So to connect to any data source, you would want to go to get data. So we have to different kind of data sources. We have on-premises and we have cloud data sources. So on-premises data sources are data sources like Excel on your local computer, SQL servers on your local computer. And when we talk about cloud, we talk about Azure, Power Platforms, and other like website. You can connect to a website. You can connect to various places. Okay, so that is one thing that makes Power BI to be way ahead of other visualization tools in the market, is that it has a lot of connectivity, a lot of places. Anywhere you can think of, Google Sheet, anywhere you can think of, you can just connect to it using Power BI. So to get data, you would always want to go to if you want to connect to any source, you want to always go to get data. So but the data set we're going to be using is the data set that is integrated into Power BI. So we'll have a data set that is integrated to Power BI, and this is it here. It's a sample data set. So if I click here, I'm going to load the sample data set provided by Power BI here. So this is the two data set I'm going to be using. One is called the financial sheet. I think two of them can just have the same information. Now, if you are connecting to any data source, no matter where you're connecting to, Excel, on-premises, cloud, even if it is the most honorable data engineering that is building this data, please make sure that whenever you're connecting to data, you would want to go to transform data. So if I click on transfer data, it takes us to another solution that is integrated to Power BI, which is called the Power Query Editor. So the Power Query Editor, this is where we would make sure that our data is clean to be analyzed. So if you don't clean your data very well, your analysis is going to be very, very wrong. So you need to make sure that your data is clean. And there are various things you would want to look out. You want to look out for missing values. And one of the major things you want to look out is that every column here have a distinct data type. So a distinct data type means that if this column should be a text, the data type should be a text. All right. So if you look at all these columns here, you will see that some are ABC, some are 1.2, something like this. So these are distinct data types. So if it is text, it should have ABC. And if you want to change a data source, if you want to change a data type, if you want to change a data type, you just want to click here in this top here where you have ABC, either 1 to 3, either 1.2, you just click here and you see list of data type that you should have. So you want to make sure that each column has a distinct data type. It's very.
Hello, Prince. Sorry, I don't know if it's only me. The screen is actually not moving. Gigabytes, fine. Confirm.
Is it moving? I was not doing anything. I was just trying to explain.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. So it's just quite blank for now. So that's what I'm saying. Go ahead, please. Sorry about that.
Okay. All right. Okay, I think I know what is going on. Let me just share entire screen. Yeah, let me share screen. So it should be, you can see my screen right there.
Yes, I can see it now. Thank you.
Yeah, so sorry, I was not sharing entire screen. I was just sharing my Power BI screen. So I'm on another screen here. So I was talking about Power Query. So this is Power Query. Let me just take it a little bit. Let me just take it a little bit back again. So in Power BI here, I said we're going to be trying out the data source that comes with Power BI. So I'm going to click here, which is try data. In Power BI, you will see try a sample data source. So if I click here and I click on load sample data, it brings me to this navigator. And I said, no matter where your data is coming from, no matter the source you are connecting to, you would always want to click on transform data. Yeah, you would always want to click on transform data. And the reason why you want to click on transform data is that you want to see your data in another form, right? You want to see if your data is clean. You want to know if you are going to be taking care of some things like making sure that every column have a distinct data type, making sure that there are no missing values and the rest of them. And one of the things I was saying here is that you should make sure that every column has a distinct data type. So every column should have a unique data type. So if it is text, it should have a text data type here. If it is number, right, it should have a number data type. So this here, it should have a number data type. Is that decimal numbers, either fixed decimal for currency, either a whole number. So you must make sure that every of your column has a distinct data type. Now, another thing also I would want to talk in here quickly is that if you go to view, if you go to the view tab, we'll have what we'll call data preview feature in Power BI, in Power Query, sorry. One is data column quality. So what the column quality does is that it shows you the percentage of valid data, the percentage of error, the percentage of empty values in each column. So if I see, I just clicked on this column quality and this is it there. So you must make sure that every data you have here, right, every data you have in the column must be 100% valid. So if it is not 100% valid, please don't move ahead to visualize. You must make sure the data is clean enough for visualization. So make sure that every of your columns here have valid data to be 100%. So that is one thing you can also check out when you are transforming data in Power BI. There are a lot of transformation we should be able to do here, but apparently this our data is quite clean. So we don't have to do any transformation. But one awesome thing I also love about Power Query Editor that I would also want to mention is that in Power Query Editor, right, you would not be writing code. Majority of the things you'll be doing here is by clicking on a button. If you want to replace value, you can just click on the button and the rest of them. So I'm going to close and apply to take me back to Power BI, where we would start our data visualization proper. So don't forget that we can also do data modeling in Power BI, and we can do a lot of things in Power BI. But let's just run into Power BI visualization. So we have a lot of custom visuals here. So these visuals are the visuals that comes with Power BI. They come with Power BI, right? These are the visuals that come with Power BI, and Power BI also have option to get more visuals. So we can get more visuals if we don't want to be able to use this custom visual. So when it comes to data visualization, like Adidaya rightly said, it depends on what the organization want to see. It depends on the KPI you want to measure. So a dashboard that is showing a customer, let's say product sold, or let's say HR dashboard is going to be quite different from a dashboard that is measuring KPIs for the company's performance. So if every dashboard you're writing is going to be, or creating is going to be different based on the requirement. So HR dashboard is going to be different from when you are doing analysis or when you want to tell a story about products. So and also what we need to note here is that you need to know how to use this chart appropriately. So every chart is not used interchangeably. Every chart is used uniquely, but there are charts that you can use in place of others. So you would want to make sure that you are familiar on how to use every of these charts, what they represent, when you can use them, because if you don't use them appropriately, they will definitely tell you the wrong story. So let's just get into this. So the first thing I would want to do is to see my total sales. I want to know how my company is performing. So I'm going to be using this new card visual that Power BI launched. So what I'm going to be doing is I want to see my profits. So I'm going to click on profit. I also want to see my sales. So this sales is going to just be like revenue. Why this would be cost of goods. These are cost of goods. So these are the three things I want to see for now. And also mind you that every dashboard should have a title. So to add a title, you go to insert, go to text. And here we can say we want to see product analysis. That's what I want to title, let's say for Q1. So Q1 is Q1. So you can do any kind of, I want to bold it, and the font size should be a little bit bold, which is, let me do 24. You can centralize it if you want, but I just want it to be on the left. So I have my title here. Okay, so this is my product analysis for Q1. Then this is my card. I would want to name it appropriately. So what I want to do is, instead of sum of profit, I can just come here, double click here and just call it profit. Double click here to rename this as sales. And I also want to see the cost of goods. How much am I spending? Then also, I would also want to do a few things here, which is this shape. I would want to make it to be a rounded edge. So it just depends on you, right? So I would want to see this here. Then I can measure that thing, right? I can say, let's see how we are doing by profit, how different segment is providing profit to us. So look, these are the different segment of product I have here, and I want to see it by profit. I want to see which one is giving me more profit. And to edit it, I would want to remove this. I also don't like, in the x-axis, I don't like the title. So I'm going to remove the title. I don't like the x-axis at all in my card visual. And in the y-axis, few things we can do here is I don't like this title here. It just takes space. And for the text in it, we can, increase it to be 10. Then if you don't want the x-axis, that means you would definitely want the data label. You can't have two of them at the same time. So you just want one, x-axis or the data label. So I'm choosing the data label, and I feel like it gives me the best thing for my visualization. So I'm going to increase this and make it to be black. Then I would also want to edit the title of my chart. I don't want it to be sum of profit by segment. So let's just do profit by segment. Then we can also bold, increase it. And I always love it to be in the middle. My chart title should always be in the middle. This is just my personal preference. So for enterprise, you can see that enterprise is giving us minus. So this particular segment of our products are not bringing value to us. So it's either we increase marketing strategy, or we would want to remove that product. But what I want to see again is that I want to know why. I want to see the cost that we are spending for the enterprise segment. So I'm going to use another chart. Okay, so I'm just trying to get insight of why I'm having minus 0. So I want to see cost of goods by segment. So you see, this is something that businesses will make decision with. So you are seeing the cost we are spending. Let's go. So let's just look at it together. So in the y-axis, I'm going to show it very soon here. So what I'm going to do is the y-axis, I'm going to remove it, and the titles are also going to remove it. Now let's add a data label. So I've added a data label. I want to increase it, the value we have in it. So this is it here. This is a typical example of what businesses can do. So this is the cost that enterprise is giving us. But when it comes to revenue, we are not making any revenue in enterprise. So there's a problem. I don't know if this is making sense. So there is a problem that we are spending money, our cost of goods, we are spending 20 million in enterprise, a product called enterprise for us. Particular segment of product that we have that is called enterprise. We are spending 20 million, and when it comes to profit, we are not making any profit. We are losing money. So there's a problem. So we are losing money in this product. So there are a lot of decisions that the organization want to take, either to scrap the product entirely, or they would want to increase their marketing strategy. So you see, that is one of the major reasons why you need data in your business and data visualization in your business. So with this now, organization can make decision based on this particular product. Now, if you look at other products like mid-market, like channel partners, you see that channel partners, we are not even spending money. Our cost of goods is 0 million. That means we are spending like 800K or something. It's not up to 1 million. And we are making money. It's one of our, it's one of the thought that we are making much money. Look at mid-market. We're also making money in mid-market. But look at enterprise that we are spending a whole lot of money in costs. We are not making any money. So this is a very big business, business problem that the business need to look into. Then the other thing we are going to talk about, we can make this a whole lot better, yeah? But the major thing we are going to talk about now is I would also want to see profit by, let's say by month, or by year. Let me see the profit I'm making by year. So I'm going to put year here, and I'm going to put profit. And one of the things I would also want to say here is whenever you're using this chart, which is a pie chart, what you want to make sure you are showing is percentage. So you don't want to use it to show numbers. You want to use it to show percentage. You want to use it to show percentage. And here, I want to see what I'm doing by different year, something like this. So I'm going to go to detail label, and I'm going to configure this to show me the percentage of total. And we can, get the values to show much better. We can make the value to show much better, then make this be black. And the legend too, which is this here, profit and this, we can increase the text, make it look much better. Then make this to be black. Then another thing also I want to talk about is the title. So the title too, you can, bold it. I think 14 is cool. Then I would want to take it to the middle. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bolder. Yeah. So this is it here. So these are the insights we are trying to generate. Well, I'm going to do something, just a minute. So I'm going to make this to be vertical. I want to rearrange this dashboard to see if I can fit in other information. So let's just do a little bit of your dashboard. In as much as you are showing insight, it should also be well represented, right? So the colored value can be bolded. Let's go down to go to label, then bold it. I can increase it to 14. Yeah, this makes much sense. Then for this, so dashboarding, right? We do it as we are writing. We write from left to right. We'll write from left to right. So you want to put in the most important information on the left and the least important on the bottom right. So that is how you visualize. So this is it here. I want to make sure that this is aligned. Okay, this is giving me what I want. Then I'm going to take this here. Yeah, this is quite aligned. Yeah, like this. Then I can take this a little bit up. Then we need one more dashboard. So we need one more information. So what we're going to be doing is I would want to see my product by cost. So I want to look at my cost, how much I'm spending for some product. And for this, I'm going to be using let's see how this chart comes by. Okay, let's use this chart here. So let's use this chart here. So I want to see how much I'm spending. So the same process. So you might not want to edit this again. So what you can do is click on any visual that you have done, right? Anyone you have done before. Something like this I've done here before. So I can just click here, go to the home tab, click on format painter and apply it here. So this takes the same formatting, so I don't have to repeat my formatting. So what I can just do here is the title that I can change to cost of goods by product. So I want to see the product I'm spending much money on. Okay, so there are a lot of analysis you can add here, and there are a lot of beauty you can add to this. So let me just talk about a few things that we can do to enhance this dashboard to look much better. So one of the things we can do is if we go to general and go to effect, we can add border and we can add shadow too. We can add shadow. So let's apply shadow. I'm just going to click here and apply it to these guys. I'm going to just apply to this guy. So this will just help you to make it look much better. So let's make sure the alignment is cool. I don't think this, so I'm copying this and I'm pasting it here. Yeah. Okay, so let me just take this too and apply it here. So we can make this to come a little bit this way. Yeah, so for these ones here, please, I would want to add the column label. It will just make them look much better. So here and here, yeah, we good. Then for coloring, it depends on the organization you work with, and there are a lot of coloring editor you can get on the internet. So if you go to the internet, you can just look for color combo or something. Let me see if I can. I don't know why this is blocking my view. So you can look for color combo or something, right? You'll be able to get various colors. But let's use Power BI. Power BI also have a color combo for us. So if you go to view, you can use any of the themes here, anyone that you like. So see the coloring. So you can change, play a bit with this and see the one you would be able to finally adopt to. So I don't like this. So let's use this. Yeah, I think I like this a little bit. Yeah, I like this. So one of the things I would also want to add again is a slicer to make it real time so that we can filter by date or by a particular period of month. So if you want to filter by month, so let's go, we have what we call month name here, or let's just put in date here. So let's put in date here, and these are date. So if you want to filter for a particular period, let's just do some editing. So I'm going to bold and I'm going to increase the information we have here. I don't want this here, so I'm just going to, I don't want that this thing. So the style too, please, let's note, you can also change the style, the setting. You can make it to be a drop down, which is one of the one I prefer, or you can make it to be a relative date, something like this that you can choose by month or anything. So, but I think I would just prefer this between, or you can also make it to be a tile, something like this. You can make it to be a tile. But I think I'll prefer the drop down of between. Let me see. I think let's go with between. So if you want to choose a particular date, we can just come here, click here, and say we want to start filtering, want to know what we did by 25th of 2013 to 12th of 2014, or you can go much. So I can say I want to see what I did from September to October of 2013. So this will just help you filter your data and make it to be a kind of real time. Let's use the word, a kind of real time. So anything you do here, depending on, there are so many configurations you can do here to make this, appear in a real time mode. This title too, let me just add a shadow and a border. Okay, yeah. So these two, let's apply the same thing so that all of them will just look much better. So yeah, this. So you can filter by particular date to see what your informations are. You can, go beyond, go above to see what is happening on your data. You see, your data is filtering. So yeah, so this is a simple dashboard that we can build to help our organization make more sense. And also I want to say before I conclude is that please don't stack plain this information on a particular page of your report. Like, don't pack. I see some people on LinkedIn, you have 15, 16 visuals. See, 7, 8 is okay for a particular page. You can go to another page and continue whatever you want to visualize. So every page, and also please be concise. So if you are trying to talk about cost and profit in a particular page, please just be consistent. If you notice what I did here, I was just talking about cost and profit. I can go to another page and decide to talk about revenue, sales. This sales is revenue by other parameters I want to pass. And I can go to another page and talk about, units sold by different parameters. So every page should be distinct so that you can, your storytelling can be aligned. So I should not come here and see revenue, I see profit, I see unit cost, in a particular page. It's just depending. You just have to make sure that every page is containing some particular information to make your report appear much better. Okay, so please just know that packing too many information on, or packing many information on a particular page can affect your report performance. This is a small data. When you're working with a larger data in your place of work, you just want to make sure that you keep the number of visuals you have here to 6, 7, 8 is totally cool. Anything 10, 11, yeah, is going to affect performance and how your Power BI runs. Okay, so this is just a simple dashboard I built to show us that, yeah, we can make insight, we can generate insight, we can generate insight using Power BI and any data set. Okay, so I think I would hand over to Adedayo. And if you have any question, please, on the chat, you can drop your question and we'll take it from there.
Oh. All right, that was a very good one, Prince. Thank you very much. I'm sure you've all seen the capabilities of Microsoft Power BI. See, it has the ability to completely transform your data, and you can also connect data from different sources like Excel, SQL, PDF, and even custom sources. And you can as well create like very dashboards. You can share your dashboards with your team. So just so much that you can do with the Microsoft Power BI tool. So please, can you drop your questions, comments, observations in the chat box? And if you would prefer to speak, please indicate so that you can unmute and speak. So I'll be handing over to Ifeanyi to handle this session. Hi, Ifeanyi.
I'm not sure
Hi,
if
can you hear me? Okay, so please go ahead and drop your questions.
Hello.
Okay, he's here.
Hi, sorry.
Okay.
What's the question? I missed that. My network.
Okay, so we have come to the question and answer session. So I'll be handing over to you to handle that. So
All right, thank you very much, Chidebere. So talking about the question and answer section, this is one of the most interesting part, which I honestly don't want anyone to leave without getting a clarity of what it is, right? So we have a question from Olumide. It said, thank you for a successful presentation. Please, can we have access to the record for reference purpose as we practice? Thank you in participating. Yes, Dayo, do you want to take that, or should I just tell Olumide that we'll make this available for him much later?
Yes, let me take it. So definitely we are going to share the recording for this session. And what we also be doing in addition to that is to also share resources also, because again, we understand this is more or less a demo session that we have done. And the purpose of this session is to be able to show the value on the very high level. And I can confirm to everyone on the call that what we have actually shown on this call is not up to 10% of what the platform, in fact, let me say 5% of what the platform can do, right? But again, there's X factors and there's a way, there's this room to also, get to understand what the various solutions can do. But again, every organization can really use this solution because it's very easy to use. So we'll be sharing this recording session, and we'll also be sharing some resources also, possibly a quick start guide for everyone to be able to interact with this with the Power BI solution. So in addition to this, we share resources and we share videos as well, so be able to assist everyone to get started properly. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Adedayo. Olumide, I guess this your question must have been answered, right? And again, in addition to what Adedayo already said, we'll share this the presentation, and also feel free to reach out to any one of us. We here at Discussio, we're very, very friendly. Anytime you reach out to us that you're looking out for anything, you want to understand something, we're willing to work with you from end to end. So thank you for that. So for anyone that have any other additional question you want to answer, you can just raise up your hand, and then you can we'll make it possible for you to be able to answer questions and all that. Thank you. Any other question?
okay, I think in the absence of any other question, I don't know. Adedayo, Prince, I don't know if you have any last words for us before we bring this session to a close.
Okay, thank you very much. So yes. So thank you very much. Okay, I can see Mr. Maruf and Adiyemi's hands up. Okay. Okay, so let's hear from him first. So, Mr. Maruf, you can speak. You can unmute your mic and speak, please.
Yes, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Oh, okay. Please, I will just have to confirm this Microsoft Power BI. Do we have to download it all over again, or we can have it in already downloaded with the Microsoft package?
So,
Did you
Prince,
get my? Did you get my message?
Yes. So for Power BI is not part of Microsoft 365 package. So you have to download it again. So you can, it's not among the package, so you can download it.
Okay. That is what I want to confirm. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Very much, Adeyemi. So I don't know if there's any other question from anyone.
Okay, I think Adedayo can go ahead and.
Okay, thank you very much. So thank you very much, everyone. We sincerely appreciate your time and attention on this call. As we have promised, we will continuously, share tips and best practices as regards Power BI solution. So what, as a partner to, these, reputable OEMs across, we, see what, organization has been adopting and so as to, help them transform their organization. And that is why when we look at, the suite of, what organization has done so far, so we decided to, bring this, this webinar so that, we can share this information with, a lot of our customers and everyone that, has joined. So we'll be sharing tips on this, and definitely because we already have this foundation, we've had this particular session, it becomes quite easy to, interact with the tips. And really for this webinar session, that is the purpose of, this session. So one thing I want to also add here is that in case, anyone needs, an in-depth, session to go through a lot of, other features as it relates to specific, different specific organization, we'll be happy to have such session with you. So we'll be sending, email to everyone who has attended this webinar after, the webinar, and you can always respond to that email. We can have a specialized session with you after, this session, and continuously we'll be really, working with you also. So be able to, benefit from what features and what value this can bring to, the organization. We definitely know it's very, very important for every organization to have some tools in place that will aid their decision making. And that is what Power BI does. Yes, we do know that there are a lot of, there are a lot of solutions as well out there that does more or less what Power BI can do as well. But we have decided to, have this webinar and use that Power BI to, demonstrate how organizations are able to make informed decisions with their data. We do also understand that there are so many advanced analytics solutions as well that could exist on the Azure platform, the Google platform, AWS platform. In terms of analytics, big data, and visualizations like this, yes, it is endless, and for different organizations, different requirements. So we'll be very happy to, have a follow-up session with everyone and, discuss how this can directly, address your organization's needs. So thank you very much. That will be it from me. I will be following up with you after this session. Thank you, Chidebere.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much, Adedayo, and also thank you so much, Prince. Thank you for the sessions, and thank you to each and every one of you for joining us today. And we believe that you benefited from the different sessions, and please, we'll be having many more interesting sessions just like this to keep you informed on new offerings. And just like Adedayo has also said, we have a team of skilled experts to carry out the implementation of Microsoft Power BI and every other thing analytics. And we are Microsoft top partners and other top OEMs. So we offer a very competitive pricing when it comes to all their products and services. So to stay informed on our different offerings, please follow us on our social media platforms, on Twitter at Descasio Official, and on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn at Descasio. Thank you all so much for joining us, and bye-bye.
Thank you, Chidebere. Sorry, I see Mr. Mohammed's hand is up.
Oh,
so
okay.
I think let's have answer.
Yeah, hello.
Hello,
Hello,
Mr.
good
Mohammed.
afternoon. Yeah,
Yes.
actually, I'm not trying to ask a question, but the name Descasio looks familiar to me. And I think I know somebody that used to be in Descasio before. So is it the same Descasio?
Yes,
You know
yes,
Chima?
yes.
There's somebody,
Yes.
Chima.
Yes, Chima, yes, it's the same discussion. It's the same discussion.
Yeah, I don't know. He's no longer in Descasio, maybe, right?
Chima works
It
from
has been
another
long, it has been long we spoke, actually. He took us one training then on LDAP.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Chima, yeah. It's the same discussion, sir.
Yeah.
We've been around for so long as well, like if I mentioned. So it's good to connect
It's
with
okay.
you again. So put a call
It's
across
okay.
to you.
No problem.
Thank you
No
very
problem. My
much.
regards to him.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. So, Mr. Olumide, we can see your hands also. You can speak, sir.
Thank you so much for the presentation. Thank you, Adedayo, and the guy that did the presentation. So I just want to say thank you to you guys. But my question or a follow-up to what somebody have said is that I believe we should have Office 365 on our package. We should have Power BI on our package of Office 365 that we are using, right?
Okay. So yes, you do have it. So the way Microsoft 365 platform works is that the platform hosts a whole lot of solutions, right? It hosts a whole lot of solutions. So now your license will determine what solution is actually available to you. I know that for the Microsoft 365 E5 series and Office 365 E5 series, the Power BI license is actually embedded in it. So if you do have that particular license, you don't need to, it's part of the suite already, right? So all these Microsoft products that we really be talking about, either Microsoft Intune, Office 365, all these applications exist on the same platform. So all Microsoft solution is either existing on Microsoft 365 platform or is existing on the Azure platform or is existing on both platforms interconnected. So that's really how it works. So it's part of the suite, but in majority of the licenses, Power BI is actually not a license that is available. But for Microsoft 365 E5 license, Microsoft 365 Office 365 E5 license, those E5 licenses has Power BI. That comes with those plans.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just to add to, so why I said it was not part of it is that if you download Microsoft 365, it comes with Word, Excel, and a lot of like PPT, PowerPoint, and the rest of them. You cannot download Office 365 and have Power BI. You have to download Power BI separately. So I think that was the question. So you have to download Power BI separately. It's not something that if I install Office 365, it's not something like if I install Office 365, it comes with it. It doesn't come with it. You have to download it separately. It's a kind of separate
Okay,
solution.
I get this question. So yes, it does. So there are a lot of solutions, Microsoft solutions that we use in that manner, right? We have the Microsoft project. Microsoft project is not also a suite that is embedded in that. So the way Microsoft does it is that Office 365 suite is, how do I put it, more or less like geared towards productivity to aid the productivity of Microsoft 365. And that's why it stands. So when it goes out of that, because Power BI is analytics, it's completely out of that particular circle. So when you're doing analysis, you download it separately, the license. When you do project management as well, Microsoft 365 projects is also a standalone. But the difference is this: if you do have that license from the same Microsoft 365 platform where you are going to download the Office suite, you will still be from that same platform is where you are going to download Power BI, and from that place also is where you download the other Microsoft applications. So because again, all Microsoft applications, if it's embedded inside Microsoft Office 365, that's it. A lot of people will download a lot of application that does not relate to them. You understand? So Microsoft has a lot of desktop application, but only the one that is applicable to what license you have will be available for download. So I understand it's not part of that particular suite. That suite we have Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, depending on the suite, maybe such applications. So I get it. That's correct. Thank you. I think Mr. Samuel also wants to speak. So Mr. Samuel, I think you can take it from. Oh, we can't hear you, Mr. Samuel. If you can use the comment section, or we can reach out to you after the session as well. So, get your question so that we'll be able to answer it. So Chiliberi, I think I should take it back to you now. So, Rhonda, thank you.
But Dio, we still have two people on with their hands raised. I don't know if
yes, I think Mr. Olumide has actually we've actually discussed. So Mr. Samuel, but unfortunately I can't hear him. I don't know if you hear from him at all. Okay, Chidebere.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much, Adedayo, for taking those questions, and thank you so much, Prince, as well. So I think we'll be closing this session. Thank you once again, everyone, for making our time to join us. If you have more questions, you can reach out to us, and we'll take it off from there. Thank you all very much, and bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate your time. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.